Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am One Wild Sheep yet again, and welcome to yet another One Wild stream where we're going to continue on with the rest of Sonic Origins Plus, starting with my personal favorite game in the entire series, the hit, the hip, the mighty, the cool Sonic the Hedgehog. A 2. Oh my. Oh yes. Oh, splendid. And I've been looking forward to jumping right into this one for quite a while. I wanted to play this since, to be honest, I wanted to play this at the end of the previous stream, but, shit kinda kicks off. What can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? What can I tell you? Indeed. Yes. Alright, now give me a quick second to monitor my audio on my side because everything is just a wee bit loud for me. Okay, I just muted the audio. Now I can't hear anything. Alright, there we go. There we are. That's more like it. That should sound good. Okay, so without any further ado, let's just jump into anniversary mode and we're going to delve right into Sonic 2. Now, much like when I was streaming Sonic 1, I'm going to be entering a cheeky cheat code here, so we can get some extra little options while we're playing as good old Amy here. So, up, 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 down, 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 left, right, and then push A. And boom! Now, the main reason I wanted to go into the level select code in this one is kind of similar to the first game, although with the first game I primarily wanted to go into this for the access to the Chaos Emeralds. Well, if you press A on 0 3 times, or 4 times, you gain access to this little game configuration screen, and I want to set to Amy and Tails and turn on the elemental shields. Now, in terms of the rest of the settings, they're going to be kept exactly the same, so this is just going to be traditional Sonic 2, with the exception of just elemental shields. But, now that we got that, without any further ado, let us begin with Emerald Hill. Ooh, lovely jubbly. And, again, Amy controls just like she did in Sonic 1, so we don't really need to worry too much about, her control scheme being very different. All 4 games in this collection, Amy controls basically identical, so if you like her in one game, you're gonna like her in all of them. Oh, that's a cute little animation. I haven't had a chance to see these yet. That's pretty cute. But yeah, Amy controls the same in all the games in the series, so, you'd never really have to worry about her playstyle changing too drastically. What can I... Ah, you bastard! What can I tell ya? Indeed! Yes. Now, being Sonic 2, of course, we're going after the Chaos Emeralds, and due to the way that the Chaos Emeralds kind of work in this, let's just say we're going to be spending a lot of time in the Emerald Hill Zone. Now, much like in Sonic 1, I'm going to turn into Super Amy probably once just to show it off, but that'll be it for the playthrough, because to be honest, when you're playing a Sonic game, well, it's fun actually to run through and destroy the game as the super form, that's kind of the whole point of them, but when you're running through and you're doing a playthrough, it can be potentially boring to see someone just plow through the game in super form sometimes, so I usually like to make sure that I'm playing fair. I mean, one day maybe I'll record a super playthrough, because I've recorded this game for YouTube and, done so many playthroughs of Sonic 1 and 2, like, it's actually ridiculous. So, basically, maybe I will do a super run-through in the future, but, that's for another time, that's for another potential stream, that's another potential YouTube video, I suppose, but not for now, what can I tell ya? For now, we're just gonna blast on through at super duper Sonic speed. Yes. And one of the best things about Sonic Origins Plus is the fact that these are basically the mobile versions of Sonic 1 and 2, obviously. So, these special stages are so much better than they were in the original game. It's not even... it's absolutely ridiculous. There's no comparison. As much as I do kind of like the choppy originals, for what they were, hit detection and... well, not so much hit detection, but it can be hard to judge distance sometimes, and That's not really an issue anymore, which I am super duper glad about. But anyway, that is one special stage done and dusted. So now we go and I'm trying to remember what the second one is. Usually I kind of go into autopilot, but the thing is, when I'm doing like a kind of like a let's play type of deal, I start thinking extra hard about what I'm doing, which, like, I find out with a lot of games. Sometimes things just come naturally to me and are automatic. Sometimes when I'm LPing, I'm thinking a bit more. I'm overthinking things, so these type of things happen. What can I tell you? But I digress. My good lads and lasses, yep. I digress. Indeed. Oh, yes. Oh. But yeah, for this playthrough of Sonic 2, as you can probably guess, it's going to be, you know, all 7 Chaos Emeralds, like, without a doubt. I'm not sure if I'll do the entirety of Sonic 3 in the stream. I will get to Sonic 3 in the stream, without a doubt, but I don't know whether I'll only do, like, half of the game or something, because Sonic 3 in general is a bit of a lengthy one, so I might do that, and then for my next stream, then, I'll move on to, like, well, continue the second half of the game, and then continuing on with Yoshi's Island, because I need to get more progress done with that. What can I tell you? But either way, should be a pretty damn chill one anyway. It's like, Sonic 2 is my comfort game, you know, this is... I've said this many times across the course of my career on YouTube and Twitch, but I've always loved Sonic 2. It's always been my favorite. It's my go-to, like, sort of chill game, you know. If I don't know what to play, and I'm like, if I want to play a game, but I can't decide I want to play, my default to go to is Sonic 2. And that's just something that's never changed, you know? But, I digress. Indeed. Yes. Oh. Splendid, darling. Oh. Alright, so there's another Chaos Emerald in the bag. It's just... Ah, no, I didn't want that! Oh, at least I got an extra coin out of it. Not that that really makes a difference. I've got maxed out coins now in this game. Which... I was making sure, like, because I obviously have free time in between my streams, I was playing this in my own time, and I just completely... I just got, like, ridiculously mad getting the coins, so I maxed them all out. But I did see someone's name tag pop up here, so if you bear with me, a quick sec, boom. I was not meant to have that. I forgot to set myself to busy. But I digress. Bana, badana, badana, badana. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Whoop! But oh well. Again, this is gonna be a really chill one for me though. Like I said, like Sonic 2 is just absolutely splendid through and through, and it's a comfort game. Unfortunately, unlike the last time I saw streamed at my girlfriend's place like I am today, I didn't really have to... I don't have to worry so much because I got a little bit of a modified setup, so I don't have to worry about getting as uncomfortable as I was last time. Because last time I was streaming down here, all my legs were aching and all sorts because I had to sit on the floor. Now we got an extra desk and a poofy, so it's just a case of moving the poofy closer to the screen, and Bob is your uncle. What can I tell ya? And alley-oop! Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You know, one thing I have to give this collection like a really big thing for is it's actually... Oh, fucking hell, sorry, Tails. It's actually really impressive how they managed to make Amy's sprites just fit in so naturally with the classic games. Because obviously these are original sprites for Amy, you know, they're not using any pre-done sprites. So it's kind of crazy how well they got them to just fit in. It's like she was always part of these games, with just how, like, there's the exact right amount of detail to them. Which, you know, what can I tell you? I gotta be honest, it's pretty dang dope if I do tell you what. What? I say. are. Ah, wells. Onwards we go, and it's time to finish Act 1. Beautiful. Amy got through Act 1. Hell to the yeah. But fortunately, thanks to the coin system, like with Sonic 1, I don't really ever have to worry if I fail special stages anymore, because whoop-de-doo, you just spend an extra coin, and honestly, I'm glad of that changing. In a way, I kind of want other Sonic games to retroactively include the same feature, because, like, extra lives... I'm one of those people who don't really see the point of extra lives in games anymore, you know, I'd rather every game just have infinite lives and infinite continues, you know? But that's just me. Okay, boop you, and this one's always one that gets me a little bit. It's always kind of tricky to time the jump and get on the spring. Every single time I play this, I always have a bit of trouble with this particular platform, but no worries. Beautiful. But yeah, by the time we finish Act 1, not Act 1, Act 2 with the zone, we will have all 7 Chaos Emeralds, so... You know, it's gonna be in the bag. What can I tell you for this? What can I tell you? Indeed! Yes, oh. Wingardium Leviosa, oh. I'm still kind of debating, though, what I should stream once I finished Yoshi's Island. I'm not entirely sure just yet, because I do have games coming up that I want to play. And to be honest, I'm kind of leaning towards maybe streaming some Ratchet and Clank, because that was a game I've grown up with. I adore Ratchet and Clank. And, of course, Rift Apart is coming out this month now on Steam, and... You know, maybe I should play through the original on stream to celebrate, what can I say? I mean, I would play Rift Apart on stream, but to be fair, one, I don't know how well it'll run on the Steam Deck, which is primarily what I stream off, and two, I'd rather enjoy the game for myself first, because I haven't actually fully played through it. It's like, I did have it on the PS5 originally, but the problem is, the PS5 that I have access to isn't mine, and I'm not buying a PS5 for like 1 or 2 games, you know? Like, the whole concept of like console exclusives, like, these days they just rub me the wrong way. I'd rather have games available on everything, you know? Make it so it's user choice. Because my ideal platform is always going to be PC and now the Steam Deck, you know, these two in tandem. And the primary reason for that is they're just so convenient to me. And they offer so many accessibility options that just aren't available on consoles. Like, right now I'm using an Xbox controller. If this runs out of battery mid-stream, which it's possible to do, it's not a problem. I can just go into my bag and pick up an Xbox controller. Not an Xbox, a PlayStation controller. And if that PlayStation 4 controller dies, I have an Xbox... No, I fucking keep saying Xbox. I have a PlayStation 5 controller in my bag I can use, you know? And if that fails, I have an 8BitDo controller! You know, like, it's stuff like that. It's just so convenient. I can play games the way I want. You know, worst case scenario, I can hook up a keyboard and mouse. To be honest, given what this game is, I hope it doesn't come across that, because I don't really have a good seating position for a keyboard and mouse, but... You know, the option's there, and that's the best thing about it all. What can I tell you? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone in the chat today, in the stream chat, does, like... If any of you guys can't hear the game audio, let me know, because that was a problem with the first session of this, where the game audio was a little too quiet at the start, so just let me know. Because little bugs like that can happen. It's kind of one of the consequences of me streaming in different buildings all the time, but... You know, just let me know if there's any audio issues like that. Hopefully the audio comes through just fine. Just based off, like, the sound bars that OBS gives you, it sounds like the audio's coming through. But, you know, never know, never know. Ah, beautiful. Which emerald was this? Was it 4th? Oh, 5th! Okay. So normally what I used to find with this game is the 4th Chaos Emerald used to be kind of like the difficulty wall, you know? Like, Emerald 4 and 7 used to always be the ones that give me shit as a kid. These gays? Hello? These days, it's not so much a difference. I play this so ridiculously much. It doesn't matter what version of the game I play or anything like that, I'm gonna get all emeralds, no problem. But, you know, wee young me, I used to struggle with these special stages, and that's kind of the case with this for everyone. Like, I always make Sonic games look easy, but it's one of those things where I know they're not easy, you know, like, you can just if you give a Sonic game to someone who's just either new to gaming or have never played a Sonic game before, they're gonna probably have a bit of difficulty. Like, Sonic is quite a unique sort of platformer. Something I always tend to forget. It's only recently where I've seen friends like playing these games for the absolute first time, and I'm just like, oh shit, this actually is tough for people. So, you know, bit of advice with people playing these games for the first time, you know, don't get discouraged, because these are not easy. They just look easy, but trust me, they can be quite challenging to get the hang of. Which is something I'm going to probably see myself repeating when Sonic Superstars comes out, because based on what I've heard, that has the same physics as like Sonic Mania, and that's a totally new game. So I can see people struggling with that too. Me on the other hand, I just can't bloody wait for it. It looks absolutely amazing. Oh my god! Ah, bum. Hope that didn't fluff up my Chaos Emerald collecting attempt here. Ah, beautiful. Ah, Tails, could you kindly stop getting twatted, please? There's a good little fox. There's a good buddy of mine, buddy old pal. Are we done? I think we got enough. Yeah, we got enough. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely jubbly. One more Chaos Emerald to go. Unfortunately, the final Chaos Emerald is right at the end of the zone, right by Dr. Eggster. So, I just have to run over to him, give him a cheeky poop or two, and Bob's your uncle. Victory shall be mine. Also, fun little fact about this collection. For some reason, Sonic 2 is the only game where like every character can like work with Tails, and originally Sonic 1 also had this compatibility, but it's kind of turned off. And the reason is, if you get all the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic 1 when you have Tails following you, for some reason that I do not know, the game will crash, and I'm kinda hope Sega fixed that bug, because that's infuriating. Like, granted, you can't access Tails with Sonic unless you do a cheat code in Sonic 1, but still, the fact you can enter a cheat code, do an entire playthrough, and then have the game just die on you is a little, you know, a little bit of a dick move. Especially because save files just don't exist. When you, what's the word? When you use the cheat codes, you know, the save files just don't work. Like this game, I have to beat in one sitting now. Otherwise, otherwise that's no good. Although, to be fair, it's not a big problem, because again, the cheat code is a level select code. As soon as I got the 7th Chaos Emerald, then, you know, I can just use that as a glorified save system, so, you know. Yeah, I might do a test, maybe right before I end the stream, to see if activating the old Chaos Emerald code in Sonic 1 breaks the game as well when you have Tails as a partner, because it could just be when you finish a special stage where it breaks. I'm not sure if it actually breaks you as soon as you get the emeralds. We'll have to see. Wow, it's carnage! They're throwing rings at me from all sorts! Oh no! I know that looks ridiculously hard to get these rings. It's actually not. You just need to pay attention to where the rings are coming from and just sort of move into them. My biggest advice for it is to stand on the left hand. Oh my god, Tails are getting absolutely destroyed. My big advice is always stand kind of where I am on the left side. You will just generally run into a shit ton of rings. And you'll have more than enough rings to beat the special stage. But voila! Here is the 7th Chaos Emerald. Heck yeah! Whoa. God, I hate that noise. I wish you could just skip the Talia. Wait, did I say I can't? Hold on a minute. Oh, okay, so I can go super. I was about to say that. I didn't read if it could. I guess I gotta show off Super Amy, so here she is. What do, just like in Sonic 1. It's exactly what you expect. You're a super powerful, invincible Amy. There we go. To be honest, it's kind of like the perfect boss to show her off on, because, well, it's the weakest boss in the game. You can beat that with no effort. But I digress. Wonderful. Time for Chemical Plant. I remember, there's always one section of the zone that I think basically every new time player of this game gets stuck at. Like, there's one area which I always skip on my playthroughs now, where essentially there's like a water pit that rises, and you can easily get yourself either crushed or drowned. And yeah, people seem to always have trouble with this section. Every time I see people play this game, it's always there. Oh fuck, I didn't even jump there. But I don't know. I mean, these days I don't have problems with the section anyway, but I always skip it in like every playthrough I do. Mostly because the skip is also a little bit faster as well, so I clear the zone a bit quicker. At least I think I do anyway. Maybe it's just a placebo effect. I don't know. No worries though. It's crazy how much quicker the zones go by once you get the Chaos Emeralds, isn't it? It's just like, they zoom past. It's ridiculous. Oh, else. Time for Chemical Plant. Act 2! Whoa! Woo! So, I know a lot of people have been giving Amy's playstyle shit as well, because she is basically, in terms of how she controls, a weaker Sonic. But honestly, I find it quite fun. Like, her insta-shield sort of hammer move that she has isn't as, like, say, useful in terms of Sonic's. Like, it doesn't give her invincibility frames, but it does give her a longer attack radius, so that on its own is kind of useful for bosses. You can cheese bosses quite easily with her if you know what you're doing. It's just kind of interesting. So, you know, she has uses that Sonic doesn't, you know? And I know her, like, little drop dash move is weaker than Sonic's too, but again, not a problem. So by here, if I go down, that leads to the water section I was on about, but if I go up, boom, not a problem. We skip the water section entirely through this section here. It's beautiful, what can I tell you? I remember showing someone that before the first time, and they were like, "You, what? How long's that been there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's been there since the game released back in the great old year of 1992. God, those were. I was gonna say those are good days. I wasn't alive in 1992. Like this was the first game I ever played, but you know, I was merely a concept in 1992. You know, I wasn't actually a living being. But I digress. There you go. Chemical Plant, done and dusted. The good egg is getting chased away yet again. One thing is always kind of weird going back to the older Sonics before Sonic 3 is like, ever since Sonic 3, characters sort of have like a little end-of-level animation, you know? Well, before Sonic 3, that didn't exist, so in a way, it's kind of weird going back because of that alone. Ah, well, I digress. Right, let's plow through one of my favorite water levels in the entire series. I love this. Those fucking buzzards mess with my lightning shield. Like, this is legitimately one of my favorite water levels. I think it's because you can avoid the water. I think that's literally the reason why. Like, if you know what you're doing, water's not a problem whatsoever. I mean, you still touch the water, but chances are you can avoid it. Especially if you take the really high route, which is kind of tricky to get to, but once you're on it, and if you don't fall off, oh, you plow through this stage so quick. Hell, I plowed through the stage in 43 seconds, so you know. Bob is young uncle. Oh no! Oh, okay, I guess I'm not taking that route. I mean, usually when I play this game, I fail to take the top route anyway. Like, as easy as that platforming section seems to be, I always, for some reason or another, mess it up. To be honest, it's probably because I'm very impatient. Like, a lot of the times my deaths in Sonic games are a result of just that. I'm impatient. Can I get... Yes! Beautiful. No! My lightning shield! Why don't you just let me be shocking, please, game? Oh, how rude. Unbelievable. Oh. Ah, well. No worries. Woo! Oh, come on. Tails, mind give me a little hand here, please? Thank you. That's another feature as well that's kind of part of like the mobile Vaughn versions. If you press up and jump, one of the best things you can do with it is you can essentially just get Tails to fly and, you know, fly you places, which is a nice little bonus having Tails with you. Right, Extra's done and dusted yet again. Beautiful. Wow, we're plowing through this game. Probably not going to be able to beat this in record time, but Sonic 2 is one of those games I can beat really quickly. Because, like, I remember one time, I was in the dentist's office and I was sort of playing Sonic 2. You know, just waiting for the appointment. And I wasn't in there too long, but I managed to do an entire playthrough of Sonic 2 before the dentist saw me, and it's like, oh, well, you know. Oh, cool, they added Amy icons for the slot reel? I didn't think they would do that. Oh, that's actually really cool of them. Huh. What do you know? I legitimately thought they would have just kept the ring icons and the slot reels exactly the same. That's damn dope. Ooh, lightning shield. Don't mind if I do. Doctor dabs into the stream. Hey, oh, hey there, Grant. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic today. Oh fuck, the music just really kicked off. It's like Grant pops into the chat and suddenly the music goes... It just goes crazy. Whoop! Beautiful. I'm doing great, how are you? I'm doing good, thank you. Just having one of those really chill days, I suppose. Oh. I've been wanting to get back to this basically right away from finishing last time. So, you know, Sonic 2 is always like my go-to, like, pleasure. You know, it's one of those games that's like, you know, I think we all have like that one game we can play and just play endlessly. Sonic 2 just happens to be mine. I see you using the best character as well. Oh, of course. Of course, good old cheeky Rosie the Rascal. She is a bit of a rascal, if I do say so myself. I wonder why they called her Rosie the Rascal in Sonic the Fighters. That's something I've never really understood. There's probably a reason for it, but every time I saw it in Sonic the Fighters, I was like, why? Game you can play endlessly is The Godfather on the PS2. Oh, really? I've not actually played that, to be honest. I haven't even played the films, as in watched them. They're on my watch list. One day I will get to them. One day. Never got why they called it that. Yeah, it's kind of an odd one, isn't it? Like, there must be some reason for it, but I guess time will tell. Wee! But yeah, I was totally saying, like, earlier on, Amy Rose has got a lot of flack from people for how she plays in this, but I actually really like how she plays. It's like a weaker Sonic with different strengths. I actually really like it. Whee! Basically GTA, but set in the 1940s. Oh! So kind of like the Mafia games then, is it? That's another set of games I need to play too. I got them somewhere on Steam, I just haven't had a chance to load them up. That's a running theme you'll find with me. Like, chances are, it's like, do you have a game? Yes? Have you played it? No? Whoa. I know I need to get to Triangles, though, because I hear great things about the Mafias. Less so Mafia 3, but I always hear people really liking the first one. Alright, get down there, Amy. You know you want to, you rascal, you. Beautiful. I need to continue Mafia 2 at some point, but I also want to play Sonic Adventure 2. The ever conundrum. I mean, I played Sonic Adventure 2 so many times. I do need to actually get back to it one day, because what I kind of want to do with SA2 is I want to go for an All Emblem run-through. But the problem with it as well is I'm lazy, and the last time I did a 100% run-through of Sonic Adventure 2. By the end of it, I was done. I was drained, so... I don't know if I ever will actually revisit it. But time shall tell. Oh, beautiful. Hilltop Zone. This zone does not get enough credit. When people talk about Sonic 2, a lot of people say this is like one of the worst levels in the game, and I'm just like, are you crazy? I love this zone. You know, I love the way it looks, I love the music, the like cool saxophone sound it's got going on is brilliant. And plus the T. Lopes remix of the song alone justifies the existence of the stage, because that track is... Oh, it's a banger. A banger and a half. Boing. Beautiful. I remember playing the old Sonic games, but never completed them. Ah, maybe I should give them a cheeky run-through. They're really satisfying games to actually complete. Like, as I was saying earlier on, before you jumped into the stream, these games tend to be quite hard, to say the least, but when you learn them and you master the games, they're just great fun. Yeah. Tails didn't commit suicide this time, that makes a change. He normally goes right into the lava. Beautiful. Yeah! Okay, now. I don't know whether... I might need to lower my audio again on my laptop as well. Like, this game is quite loud. I can't really hear myself think. I'll do that after this boss as it goes, when I hit the thing. Oh, actually, I can do it now. Windows G. Where is it? There we go, that's better. I can hear myself think a bit more. I remember there was a video called Tails Can't Die. Really? I mean, Tails dies all the time in this game. Or, like, in some ways, humorous ways. I will always say, though, your first playthrough of Sonic 2... big bit of advice, and I can give this advice to anyone. Don't play it with Tails. Because as much as Tails can be useful in that he can, like, fly you places like this, he can get you killed more often than not. Especially in the final boss of Sonic 3. Tails is just bloody evil in that boss. Whoop! Beautiful. And it was literally Tails outliving everybody. You know what? I can believe that. I mean, this... I don't know what kind of cheat code Tails has, but, like, the boy, he has infinite lives. Like, he's just down there now, he's gonna die, but trust me, in a few seconds, you'll see him coming back out of nowhere. Ah, no! Oh, bum. Come on, platform. Eat! There he is, see? Like, he died. We saw him go off screen. We saw him die. He's just like, hello? Ah, lovely. Tails like, why can't you just let me die? Oh, that reminds me of one of the Asdf movie shorts. Where it's like, why would no one let me die? I think it was like a muffin or something that said that. I haven't seen those in a long time. Maybe probably a good couple of years now. You love Asdf? Yeah! A man of culture! Excellent! Alright, I'm just gonna go super with this boss, because this boss is a bit more... It's not hard, it's just annoying. Mostly because every time I finish the boss, I end up in lava somehow, so I'd rather just super and just blast him. There we go. Delicious. You're on about the suicidal muffin. Yeah, that's the one! That's the one I remember. I used to love the turtle as well. So, hello, mine turtle. Good times. Don't really see animations like that anymore, do you? Then again, animation in general has kind of died off on YouTube. I don't really know the reason for why. I think there was some issue with, like, YouTube wasn't showing the videos off properly to people, and the algorithm was basically playing against animation, which is a shame, because, like, it takes real talent to make those things. I'm going to do an internet. Ah, splendid. Onwards. Oh, I love this zone as well. Like, the music in Mystic Cave is absolutely... It's some of my favorite tracks in this whole game. And I immediately turned it off by getting invulnerability. I see how it fucking is, game. Why can't you let me listen to nice things? Well, I kind of find that with the super forms, like, a big reason why I don't use the supersonic forms all that much is it turns off the game music, and I'd rather hear the game music. As much as I get invulnerability, you know? Wait, there's a fire shield there. Do I have a shield on me? Jesus Christ, how long's this invulnerability? Oh, I already have a fire shield. Alright, I stood around for fucking nothing. Well, you know, I guess safe than sorry. Never know. And we got through Act 1. Oh, beautiful. Oh, I'm genuinely curious, though, how they're gonna handle, like, the co-op in Sonic Superstars. Because that's gonna be fun. For a second, it looked as if Amy stole Tails' tails. It's like, hey, I need these more than you. I can fly. Tails like, no! You already got 2. What's an extra tail being taken off? You can always make a mechanical tail. Tell you what, you can always make 9 mechanical tails and call yourself 9. Nah, that'll never happen. Legit. Oh, speaking of 9, I cannot wait to watch Season 2 of Sonic Prime. I know IGN has got a review out and they gave it a 9 out of 10. And Season 1 I bloody loved, so I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I don't know what date it was due out though. I think it was probably around the 20th of this month? Roughly? I'll have to check. You loved it as well? Ah, excellent! Nice Sonic Prime reference. Ah, good. I'm glad people get the reference. But no, Sonic Prime was brilliant. Like, Devin Mack just did such a good job of voicing Sonic. Like, he was a mixture of different Sonics. Should I beat the... Should I do the Mystic Cave Zone for realsies, or should I go down the Pit of Doom? Tell you what, every time I've done like this mobile version of this game, I've gone down the pit of doom. This time I'm not. I'm gonna do the level normally. Fuck it. Sonic Prime has really made me love Rouge's character since I didn't like her before I watched the show. I think the problem with Rouge's character is it's always been kind of underutilized, you know? Like, she's very interesting at the core, but they don't really use her very much. Although the same can be really said for, like, Shadow these days as well, which is such a shame. Like, Shadow used to be such a cool character, and recently he's just kind of... Well, I would say he's just kind of there, but he's not really even there anymore. So, that's kind of a shame. Although Omega's always had a perfect character, so I can never complain about Omega. Like, he's just a bloodthirsty robot, and I love it. Worthless consumer models! Beautiful. The problem with Rouge over the years was her being the stereotypical sexy character. Yeah, I suppose that's kind of the thing with her. And I think they've sort of eased up on that a lot recently because they're kind of trying to make her a bit more nuanced. I think they tried to go into like her more spy-ish ways a lot more, aren't they? Although, who doesn't love a bit of the old sexy Rouge, you know? Everyone loves a bit of those boo physics in Sonic Adventure 2. Which I still can't believe are a thing that they put into the game. Splendid. Oh. Splendid. The thing is, I want to really like her because she has a very cool design. Oh yeah, definitely. It's like, I think they did change the design of Sonic Heroes if I remember correctly, but I think the story behind that was amusing. Because I remember that apparently they changed the design in that game because parents were apparently complaining. Because they made it too sexy in Sonic Adventure 2. I think then they went back on their decision to change the design as well, so that was interesting. But then again, I also know she was censored in like Sonic X, because like they took out the cleavage in that show for some reason in the British release. So it's like, hello? To be honest, Sonic X is just a weird thing anyway, because like they have like no... Anything that has text in the Japanese version has nothing. It's kind of weird. To be fair, I love her and Knuckles' interaction with each other. Oh yeah, same here. Like the way they communicate with each other is just... They play off each other perfectly. Like you have Rouge, who's very, very flirty. Then you have Knuckles, who's kind of like, you know, doesn't really know what he's doing with girls, to say the least. And he gets flustered easy and stressed. It's great. Beautiful. I'm kind of curious what they're going to do with a lot of the characters moving forward, though, because I know Ian Flynn has taken over, basically, now properly with the story of the series, hasn't he? And, like, there's an entire department of Sonic Team specifically planning out the stories, which is actually really good, because, like, we kind of went through a phase of them just throwing shit at the wall when, Pontac and Kraft, that's the ones. Those writers were taking over, and that was kind of a dark age of Sonic stories, to be honest. Like, I'll give them credit with certain things. Like, I kind of like the fact they tried to be comedic, but they kind of... Half the time they didn't land the jokes, and they didn't try to actually make it a good story on top of it. It just seemed like... cartoon animals doing fun things, and like, eh. Kind of a shame. Back Knuckles protects the Master Emerald and you have Rouge steals it. Oh yeah, definitely. I wonder if they're gonna do anything with the Master Emerald in the future, because like, I know they want to kind of have an excuse to have Knuckles be in the stories more. But I also know they want to kind of... Because they're sort of leaning back in the lore again now, so I think they might try and figure out a way to like sort of maybe write the Master Emerald out of the stories. So I remember a rumor somewhere that they were planning on destroying the Master Emerald, which, to be honest, from a story standpoint, could be quite interesting. Plus, it gives it an excuse to have Knuckles available more in all these games. Hell, make him a Knuckles spin-off, you know? Master Emeralds get shattered, Knuckles goes on like a revenge quest or something, I don't know. I really hope they do, because I've been reading IDW comics and the purpose of the Master Emeralds is honestly insane. I still need to catch up with the IDW comics, to be honest. Like, I'm quite behind. I think I just finished... I think it was the Metal Virus arc I just finished off. So, I'm a little bit behind with that. One of these days, I'll probably just grab it on, like, Comixology or something and just read through the rest of it. Especially now that the comics are, I think officially, the word is that they're canonical to the series now, so... We're gonna see comic book characters start showing up in the official games before long. Like, Tangle is gonna show up, you know, which is gonna be great. Whisper's gonna show up. I love Whisper, they're just amazing. I love Tangle as well. They're just great characters all around. Alright. Onwards we go. I always find this zone to be kind of like the low point of Sonic 2, though. For some reason... I don't know, I like the way the zone looks, but I can never gel with the gameplay of it that much. It just... It's not bad by any means, but it feels like this game's send-obless, if that makes sense. I mean, the next zone kind of makes up for it by being a better level, but it's also fucking hellish as well, so it's like one of those weird things. Plus, I'm not a fan of the boss. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan of this fight. Look, come on, get up there! And me getting stuck in this oil is the reason why I'm not a fan of the fight. Yeah, Tangle is great. She's like the fangirl Sonic characters, whilst also being a badass. Yeah, exactly, she's great. I am hoping they bring her into the games, though, because, like, I can imagine them doing some wacky stuff with her tail. You know, maybe make it like kind of like how Rayman swings off those like purple things, you know? Make like points of interest where she can use her tail to like swing. That could be a really cool gameplay mechanic if they did something with that. I would love that so much. Tell you what, Sonic Team, add Tangle into Sonic Frontiers DLC 4. We know she won't be in DLC 3, but come on. You know you want to do it. I'm looking forward to DLC. Amy? Hello? Can't Amy make it up here? Huh. Alright, Tails, take me up. I am looking forward to DLC 3 of Frontiers, though. That's gonna be great. Like, then again, the second DLC, I haven't really dipped too much of my toes into. I do need to play more of it. I've just had a big problem with just playing other things, unfortunately. I do like the new mode they got on it, where you have to like chain all your skills together. I find it hard though, just to get an S rank. But it's kind of part of the fun. Just find a good route and go crazy. Ah, you fucking slicers! I don't like the slicers. Oh, I sliced those grasshopper arms right off by the chin. See? Oh, the bastards they are. There you go. Piss off, Slicer. Worst Badnik in the game. Absolutely worst Badnik in the game. To be honest, most of the Badniks in this zone aren't so much a trouble on their own, it's just their placement that's a nightmare. I guess the shell crackers are also annoying, the reds... Why did I do that? Like the red crabs, they're annoying, but... That's more so with the original release. I think some of the hitboxes have got overhauled, so they're a lot easier to deal with now. Especially when you're aiming, you have a fucking hammer. Like, you see one of them, just shoot the hammer, boom, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, they're gone. Boom! Ba-da-ba! I love the music of this zone as well, but... To be honest, I kind of like a lost record when it comes to Sonic games, because almost every Sonic game I do a playthrough of. With maybe the exception of Sonic Boom and Sonic Chronicles. So, with the exception of those two, I always go, well, I like the music. Amy with her ammo is overpowered. Oh, damn straight. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Come on, you Astron fucks. Yeah, that's right. You go kaboom without touching me. Slicer! Again, I hate the slicers. Horrible beasties that just do my head in. Oh, gosh. Oh, hold on. I had a message. Let me just reply to the old missus real quick. Beautiful. Ah! Oh my god, that's lava! Ugh, gotta be careful, Amy. The floor is lava. And you know what they say about lava. Lava's hot. Now this is a bit of a no-shit moment, but hey, it's worth knowing. Whoop! There we go, beautiful. Woo! Kinda hope... See, normally I prefer getting the lightning shield, but in this stage I kinda wish they just gave me the fire. Just because there's lava pits about. But then again, you know, I get rings a lot easier with the lightning, so there's that. I was about to say, where the hell's the platforms? And onwards we go. Amy, you don't want to be that kind of hot. Oh, amazing. Woo! Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Slightly less beautiful, but hey, I'm not paying attention. I'm just getting hit by everything. I know one of the big things they changed for this recent update as well. There's a certain spring with spikes. I'll point it out when we get to it. Where originally those spikes would automatically, like every single time you go into them, you would be hit. They fixed the hitbox so you can actually go up there without dying. It's kind of good. I'm glad they fixed that. Whoop. It's like, honestly, this update isn't exactly what everybody wanted, don't get me wrong. But I think a lot of people do understate just what they fixed with it, you know? They fixed most of the issues with Sonic 3. Which I'm thankful for, because Sonic 3 was kind of the most disappointing part of the collection, and now it's actually the way I wanted it at launch. You know? Not one-to-one exactly the same, but it's close enough. Whoop! Beautiful. Fuck you, Slicer! Do I have a favorite Sonic character? Yes. My favorite character has to outright be Eggman. I love Eggman. He's just the best. It's kind of cool as well, because like there's so many different sides to him. Like, I love his portrayal in Frontiers, because you sort of see goofy, you know, supervillain Eggman as you do see in all the games. But you also see the other side of him as well through like the audio logs. You can see his intelligence in Frontiers, and I love that. You wasn't expecting that, really? Because Eggman is up there as one of my favorite just video game characters outright. He's kind of the same with Dr. Nefarious from Ratchet & Clank. That's another villain I absolutely love. It's Dr. Nefarious, oh god. If you haven't played Ratchet & Clank, he's a character who wants to eliminate all the squishies or organic life. He is a great villain, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've definitely been having an itch to play like Ratchet & Clank lately though, so I really need to jump on that at some point. Probably chuck it on my Steam Deck later on tonight, you know, I'll just grab it on the PS2 emulator or something. I would say the PS3 emulator, but I tend to have problems with Ratchet & Clank on PS3 through that emulator. So PS2, probably the best bet, despite the one graphics glitch when you pause the game, but it doesn't break the game by any means, so I can live with that. Whoa! Oh, this is the best. So, those spikes before would instantly hurt you no matter what, but they finally fixed the hitbox. They actually don't, so I'm so glad they fixed it. And to be honest, they fixed the hitbox with a couple of things. So, areas that would crush you when they shouldn't don't crush you anymore, so... It's brilliant. Whoop! And up we go. I kind of wanted to... Oh, you fucking slicer fuck. Oh, if another slicer gets me, I swear, I'll be chopping them down to size. They'll be sliced into tiny little smithereens, they will. Mark my words. It was like, I remember when Sonic 4 first came out and they brought back the slicers for Mad Gear Zone, and I was just... My first reaction was, oh my god, they did it! They brought the bastards back, the assholes that Sega are. Ah, but I digress. I digress! Indeed. Up we go. One benefit of running it with Tails, though, is like, Tails makes these, like, rotatey cog things so much quicker to go up. Ow. Right, come on, Tails. Let's run. Oh, you absolutely gotta be fucking kidding me. Nope. Tails, come back. Yep. Thank you. Right. I need your help here, Tails. Work with me here. Work with me, buddy. There you go. There's a good fox. One thing I do really like about Eggman is how he can get Sonic in his back pocket sometimes. Oh, yeah, definitely. I wasn't looking at the screen. One thing I kind of loved, actually, was how they handled him in Frontiers, where... actually, I probably shouldn't say just in case it spoils the game for people, because Frontiers is still relatively new, so I'll tell you what, I'll hold that thought in my head for the time being. But there's something he does in Frontiers that makes me giggle. I like it. Kind of shows his ego a bit. Big example of that would be the intro of Sonic Unleashed. Oh, yeah, where he kind of just completely tricks him and then suddenly... Haha! Nice look! Festive! So long, friend! And sends him down to Earth. Oh, Unleashed is such a good game. I'm still begging Sega to this day to make a PC port of Unleashed. Like, I'm holding hope. I am holding out hope. Having Sonic Unleashed on the Steam Deck on the go would be bloody brilliant. I should emphasize, having it playable on the go would be bloody brilliant. I should say that, because I can technically run it on Steam Deck now, but... let's just say performance of a 360 emulator can be kind of hit and miss, especially with that game. Oh, I've waited a long time for this! Ah, lovely. One of my favorite Robotnik impressions also has to be the SatAM one. I just love how evil they make him in that. It's like, sniveling. That hedgehog. And if you don't listen to me soon, I'll end you as well. Oh, that tickles my ball sack, that does so. Not that I can ever imagine him going, that red tickles my ball sack. Oh, sniveling. That urges my eggshells, that does something fierce. I remember when someone made a picture of Amy when Sonic Unleashed, she'd been electrocuted like Sonic was. I couldn't stop laughing. Oh my god. I remember one of the very first leaks for Sonic Unleashed was like a screen cap of the beginning cutscene, but it was an unfinished version where Sonic's mouth is really exaggerated as he's getting electrocuted, so it's one of my favorite things as it goes to like Sonic Unleashed, just seeing that when it got leaked. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? But I digress. And now, time for one of the calmest levels in the game. Lovely jubbly. I always like this stage. It's a really chill, like, sort of relaxing level, which I think is kind of needed after the sheer carnage that is Metropolis, you know? It's just one of those things. I've always liked Sky Chase. I didn't like it so much as Sonic 4, but that's because it dragged out for so long. Not to say it's not bad. It's bad in Sonic 4. It's not bad at all. It's still good in Sonic 4. It's just they could probably cut it down by half. And I like that they added normal platformer segments to it as well to cut up the monotony, but yeah. This is the one thing I liked about Adventure 1 is having those quiet moments. Oh yeah. Although with Amy, she looks like she's having a seizure. Oh Jesus Christ. And yeah, that's kind of the thing as well about a couple of the earlier Sonic 3D Sonics, like Adventure 1. I would say Unleashed as well had those like quiet moments where you can sit down, relax. You don't really see them very often. They're really welcome when they show up. But I guess it kind of makes sense in a way as well, because these games are Gotta Go Fast, the video game series, you know? But what's a little fast if you can get... Sometimes it's nice to go slow. Ah, beautiful. Although, to be fair, Adventure 1 is still probably up there as my favorite Sonic. At least 3D Sonic. It's kind of in competition now with some other games, like Frontiers, for example, I really fucking love. But I don't know. I think it just holds a special place in my heart. Adventure 1 does. Plus, I remember owning it on the Dreamcast when it first came out, and so many memories of running through with Sonic's story because I completely forgot to get a memory unit. Good times. Good times. Oh, it's just a fucking coin. I don't know why I went for that. I don't need coins. I've maxed them out. I don't even know if it goes over 999. I might actually have more than 999 of the fucking things. Because, like, the amount of coins you get, like, bit of advice for anybody playing this collection. If you want to grind coins, get a lot of coins, either do the mission mode or play Sonic 2, because if you get over, I think it's 10,000 points in each stage, you automatically get 3 coins, and they stack up quickly. Very, very quickly. And 10,000 points, honestly, it's not hard to get. It's actually quite simple. Just make sure you don't die and you keep rings. And you're golden. Might take a bit of practice, mind you, because, you know, it does depend on your skill after all, but that's what I always find. Like, if I need coins, go to Sonic 2. Woo! Woo again! Beautiful. I used to actually dread this level when I was a kid going through it, because it used to kick my ass so much. I used to struggle. These days, it's just really casual. It was mostly the boss fight, though, I used to hate. The boss fight was just... If you don't know how to handle this boss, it can be bloody evil. You need to know the controls proper to be able to do anything. Or, you know, you can be Amy and you can just hit it with a hammer. Because, yeah, that doesn't break the game or anything, does it? Wow. Beautiful. Oh, I should tell Sonic to get one of these hammers. And Sonic's just somewhere in the background. Yeah, I wouldn't be caught dead using one of them things. Give the weapons to Shadow. Unless it's a sword, I don't want to hear about it. Cause you know what? Swords are cool! It's like people who bitched about Sonic and the Black Knight. One of their biggest complaints was Sonic using a sword, and I never understood that complaint, because I thought it was fucking cool. You know? He's a really fast character. give him a sword, it fucking works. I never understood that complaint. I always thought it was a really cool idea. But then again, people complain about the idea of the werehog, and I don't know, the idea is solid. And I like the gameplay to an extent, it's just certain levels of the werehog kind of drag out. That's my only problem with it. Not gonna lie, I love Unleashed, but flipping heck, I can understand why people get frustrated playing as well. Well, that's the thing, like, I like the concept of it. The level part of the werehog is where things kind of get a bit, you know, a bit tricky. More specifically, maybe with some of the optional acts, because, like, some of the optional acts are just fucking horrible. Because when I was streaming Unleashed before, I was trying to get the medals. Which, you know, obviously, daytime medals, you need to play as the werehog to get them easiest. So I was doing one of the side acts. And Christ on a bike, it was just enemy gauntlet after enemy gauntlet. I was there fighting for 20 minutes, not even dying, just fighting for 20 minutes. And I just spent the entire time going, where the hell are these enemies coming from? Can this stop, please? It was such a monotonous stage. And I think that's the big problem with the game in general, like, when it comes to werehog. Good idea, but they need to, like, tone things back a little bit. To be honest though, I think a lot of it is the way it is, just to maybe make the leveling system more ideal, I don't know, more worth it. Same man, for me I love the combat, it's the best part of Unleashed in my opinion, but climbing and all that just grinds my gears. Oh yeah. What I find helps with the climbing is just holding the B button down forever. Like, my B button is basically glued down when I'm playing Unleashed. But there we are, Sonic 2, as Amy Rose, is complete. I wonder what her sprite actually looks like, because this is my first time actually clearing Sonic 2 as her. So this should be interesting. And then we move on to Sonic 3. Lovely jubbly. Let's go! Ooh, 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 ooh. Shouldn't have Tails shown up by now. I'm kind of getting a little worried. Amy's just like, well, this is how I die. Oh, there he is. Ah, lovely jubbly. I'll tell you one thing I'm kind of worried about, because I'm actually recording this stream locally as well, to upload to YouTube later. I'm hoping my girlfriend's laptop has enough storage on it to not cut off. And there she is. That's a nice sprite, I like the look of that. Lovely jubbly reminds me of Only Fools. Yeah, that's usually what people get with when I go, oh, lovely jubbly. It's Only Fools and Horses. That's probably where I got it from, to be honest, because I used to watch that show a lot when I was younger, and to be honest, I'm due a rewatch soon myself. But I got so many shows on the go right now, because like right now I'm watching Modern Family with my girlfriend, which I'm really enjoying. I never watched that show before, and I'm really, really getting into it. I'm watching My Hero Academia with her. I'm watching Barry on my own, which I say watching, I'm on episode 1, so... For me, Only Fools is the greatest comedy I've ever watched. Oh, it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. Have you ever seen Faulty Towers? That's a bloody good one. Some of it probably would not be allowed on TV in this day and age. Especially the... Like, I think it's the one with the Nazis. The one with the Germans. That episode. I think that probably won't be allowed on TV, because, like... If I remember correctly, I think Mr. Faulty says the N-word a couple of times. I know there's a whole thing about World War II. It's one of the most funny bloody jokes fucking ever. Like, I remember the first time watching that episode, I was dead. Actually, I haven't, but it's the best comedy of the 70s. Oh, absolutely, 100%, you need to watch it. It's not very long as well. You will... Like, you will love it. I can guarantee it. A lot of comedies back then wouldn't be available today. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Faulty Towers is available. But I think they removed the best episode off of like streaming services because of like the use of the N-word and stuff. And unfortunately, it's the most funny bloody episode. So I'm just like, you couldn't have just done the Disney Plus thing and just, you know, upload it with like a message saying this don't demonstrate our values today and so on. At least you can keep the episode up then. Because like the Germans episode is, I don't think I've ever laughed so hard at a show before in my life with that into that episode. You love all that really offensive humor. Ah, excellent. You'll love it. You'll definitely love it. I kind of like old school British humor in general. Like old school British comedies just used to be really offensive, and a lot of them are just really funny. Humor's pretty mental to say the least. I mean, it's not a bad thing. You know what? I'll leave this cutscene play because there's like no real characters in it. Oh, beautiful. I think Knuckles might be shown, and maybe Eggman. We'll see. Oh, no Knuckles and Eggman? Okay. Oh, what do you know? Alright. Time to head on to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Ah, lovely jubbly. And this is the first game out of the whole lot, apart from CD, that I wouldn't need to enter a cheat code in, so that's good. Also, they did kind of fuck up the clear, so they made new clear artwork for when you got all of the Super Emeralds, right? But, as you can see, Tails is a bit of a flickery mess for some reason here, and I don't know what went wrong there. Why is Tails flashing like that? Is he super? Did he go hyper and suddenly he forgot to turn it off or something? I don't know. The thing is, we live in a society now where people tend to get offended over the slightest things, why I don't see shows like Only Fools and Falling Towers, unfortunately. Yeah, it is a shame, like, you know, I understand some things, you know, can be a bit, you know, definitely not allowed, and a bit even questionable back then, but people take things a little too extreme, I think. People take things way too at heart, and it's so unfortunate. Because we're kind of getting, like, watered-down comedies a lot of the time now, where, you know, they sometimes have good jokes, but you just know, if there's a little bit of, shall we say, spice in the joke, it would hit a lot harder, and it's such a shame. I always say, if you don't like a show, don't watch it. Yeah, that's the thing, you know? That's the best way really look at things. Like, don't like it, don't watch it. Simple as. Because I think a lot of people these days, I don't know if there's just a general lack of media literacy or something like that these days, but a lot of people generally seem to be under the impression of, if I don't like it, then no one should like it. Everything needs to be catered to me. And I'm like, no, not everything will be catered to you, you know? Case in point, to take it back to video games for a moment. You know, I was playing Dragon's Dogma the other day, and I tried my best to get into it. I played it for a good few hours. I want to say maybe like 5-10 hours. I was trying my best to get into it, and it just wasn't clicking. It just would not click with me. And then I got stressed out and bored of the game because I died, and I had to walk like a fucking metric mile to get back to where I died, and, you know, I don't complain about the game being the way it is, because I know people love the game. It's just not my cup of tea. You know? I'm not complaining because the game's not my cup of tea. One of those things. But I see that a lot, especially on Twitter. Twitter's bloody nightmarish for it. If something isn't exactly what people want, people say it's trash. It's just black and white. There's no grey anymore. It's such a shame. Love Island offends me, but I just don't watch it. Yeah, exactly. You don't need to watch it. Oh, Love Island. That's a show every time I forget it exists, someone brings it back up, and I'm just like, why does this show exist? I don't see the appeal. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, people can watch what they want, they can like what they want, but I've never seen the appeal of it. It's kind of the same with Big Brother as well. I can never get into that. It's just... It's on TV. My mother bloody was obsessed with the show, and I just like, I don't get it. I just don't get the obsession. But to be fair, people could say the same thing about me. I'm fucking enamored with the Sonic series. People don't get my obsession with this, so... Your thoughts exactly. Hey, high five! My mom is obsessed with Loose Swim, and I'm like, why? I don't even know anything about Loose Swim. I don't know what that's all about. I'm guessing it's like a similar sort of like reality show where it's just, you know, it's a thing. Wait, what the hell? Hold the fucking phone. The hitbox on that ring never works. What? I'm fucking confused. Like, I'm genuinely confused. Every time I've done this zone and gone into that special stage, like, the hitbox just never worked. Does Amy have different hitbox, like, mechanics to the rest of the characters? Is a hitbox smaller, or... I don't know, weird. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Right, bear with me for a moment. I won't be able to read the chat for a split sec while I'm doing these. These take a... I find these special stages easy, but I do need to absolutely look at the stage at all times, otherwise I'm going to lose. It's one of those problems with these type of special stages where you're always moving forward. It won't take me long to beat the thing. I can beat these... no problem. I was gonna say with my eyes closed, but that kind of completely goes against what I was literally just saying. Like, hey, I need to look at this, but I can beat them with my eyes closed. And boom. Also, one thing they fixed in this update that kind of saddens me is they fixed the speeding up. It was bugged originally, so the speed of the special stage didn't speed up, but they fixed it. There you go. It's pretty much 4 women talking around a table. Eh? Lovely. Sounds riveting? Yep, that's the best word I got for it. It sounds riveting. Bear with me again, I got yet another cheeky message. I remember Cal doing these all the time on one stream. Oh, the blue spheres? He must have probably done the, I'm guessing he did the blue spheres actual game, because... What I might show it off actually at the end of this stream, just before I end off. Probably when I beat the Sonic 3 portion of this game. But there is an entire game of just those levels, and there is literally millions of them. And I'm not exaggerating, it literally goes into the millions upon millions of levels. In fact, there are so many levels that you're not likely to ever beat it. In fact, I don't think it's possible for someone to beat it. Because a lot of the levels are randomly generated and done with a lot of really cool procedural stuff, and it's like... Yeah, the Blue Spheres game, literally unfinishable. If someone's a god and they live forever, maybe they'd be able to beat it, but... For the average Joe, definitely not gonna happen. But no, I love these special stages. I think I have a lot of fond memories of these special stages, specifically when I was in college. Because in college, we would, like, what I did in college was, like, basic IT. And the problem with doing basic IT is, it was basic IT, so I knew everything. Like, I shit you not, one of the very first lessons we had in college was how to use Microsoft Office. And I was just sitting there going, why is this a lesson? We can figure this out on our own. Like, good God. I've been using this stuff since I was in primary school in Windows 95, for Christ's sake. So I spent a lot of my college life just playing Sonic 3 in class, because... well, I knew everything was being taught. And when things actually started getting interesting, like, hey, here's how you build a PC. Again, I knew how to build a PC, so... You loved your college years. Yeah, same here. I absolutely adored it. Don't get me wrong, it was kind of boring because I knew everything when I was there. But at the same time, I really enjoyed it. Well, to tell a lie, there were some things I didn't know about when I went to college, which we did learn. Those were interesting, which was when we started doing programming in college. And, oh boy! I have a way with programming. Put it like this, you never want to pay me to program something in your life. Just trust me. Like, I might be able to make whatever you ask me to make work. It'll be the most inefficient code you'll ever see in your life, though. Like, there was, we had to make, like, a mock-up sort of, like, ordering form, you know, for, like, say if someone went into a shop and they went to order pizza or something, you know, so we had to make an ordering form that people typed into and got their orders. Easy enough to code, but part of the code involved using the time, and I didn't know at the time there was a function built into the coding language we were using to just get the system clock. So some fucking how, I don't even know how I did this to this day, I managed to use a shit ton of if statements, which are basically if something happens, then something else happens. I used like a whole combination of them, like ridiculous amounts of code to get the system time, and everyone was looking at my code fucking baffled at how it worked, because no one understood. Even my lecturer looked at it and just looked and was just like, this shouldn't work, how did you do this? And I couldn't even respawn. I'm like, I don't know, I just sort of threw shit at the wall until something worked. Ah, good times. Good times. Oh. That was fun with college. Like, I'd do anything to bring those 3 years back. Oh, same to be honest. Like, college was probably some of my best times of my life. It's like, school... I enjoyed school to a degree, but... I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan. College, I absolutely adored. University, I absolutely despised. But to be fair, that was largely due to a lot of personal things going on in my life, more so than university itself, you know. It wasn't particularly a great time in my life, but it was a pretty dark era. These days, though, you know, I'm mostly happy-go-lucky and way happier than university, so I'm glad I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. Oy. Didn't enjoy high school. College just felt like a huge break for me. Oh, I bet. I bet. I find I hear that a lot from people as well. Like, people who didn't like high school, when they go to college, it's just much better for them. Sometimes I hear people think the opposite as well. So it's kind of cool how people's lives just differentiate their opinions on these type of things. Alright. Time to battle the bastard of an Exter yet again. Unfortunately, I have a fire shield, so this boss fight's going to be just fucking effortless. But no, it is a shame you didn't enjoy high school. For me, like, I want to say my life in school was kind of just okay. You know, I don't have any high or negative opinions of it. I have good days and I have bad days. So, yeah. Oh, I love Amy's little I completed the level animation. That's cute. That's really cute. Alright, Nipples the Enchilada, do your worst. Woo! I was wondering if they would do anything interesting with Knuckles during Amy's playthrough of this game, and unfortunately it is literally just Sonic's story again. But to be fair, I don't really know what else they could have done to really differentiate it without changing the game design drastically. I don't know what the hell I was doing now with the controls. So I guess it's not a big problem. To be honest, just having a new way to play Sonic 3 alone just makes this collection worth it. In fact, if I'm to be perfectly honest, one of my biggest things I'm disappointed about is they didn't retroactively add Amy to Sonic Mania. Because that would have just been perfect. Like, genuinely, that would have been great. Maybe in the future, or maybe someone can just mod her in now that we have a definitive playstyle for Amy. So I know there are mods to have her in Sonic Mania, but they all use these unique playstyles and, like, certain things. And I don't know, there's something cool about it just being official, you know? Whoop! Alright, time to go over here. So nostalgic just hearing the soundtrack. It's like, ah, so good! Like, I don't know how many hours put into Sonic Origins so far. I don't think it's that many. But in the grand scheme of things, like, I probably played Sonic 1, 2, and 3 in total for thousands upon thousands of hours. It's just one of those franchises, I guess, you know, where it's just insane. Well, that's at 5 already. Huh. Definitely gonna have the 7th Emerald by the next act then, which is gonna be splendid. And also, I wanna say, Hyper Amy, right? The feature they gave her in this is bloody great. I love what they did to her to make her unique over the other characters. Because obviously, like, Supersonic, Hypersonic has, like, the jump dash chaotic bloody bullshit, right? Probably forwarding that. Knuckles has the whole slam onto a wall to kill enemies, and Tails has the flicky army of doom. Amy! Well, she throws hammers, and it's really, really cool. It reminds me of, like, the hammer suit from Mario Bros. 3. Whoa! Okay. So far, so good. Time for a boss battle. Alright, see how this goes, because I usually have trouble getting the timing on this, right? Alright, so... there we go, I got it. Beautiful. Oh no, I messed up! Ah, bum! I always struggle against 6 hits on this guy. Sometimes I find it easy, other times less so, but, well, I can still cheese it with her hammer. We're gonna say it's hammer time. Love and jolly. And onwards we go. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking, like, the Sonic series overall, at least with what everything's coming out. I think we're actually seeing a new reign. It might be a bit too early for me to say this, but I think the series is having a bit of a renaissance, you know, because, like, we had the original classics, which were fucking stand out, and they've made a massive franchise, obviously. I think things got into, like, the early 2000s with, like, the Dreamcast games, which people judge quite harshly nowadays, but people fail to remember back then they were damn good games, you know? You can't really judge them necessarily by today's standards in the same way as, you know, the latest Mario. But then things kind of went into the Dark Age, and we've had a bunch of ups and downs since then. And things haven't fully seemed to recover, but with how the series has been since the last couple of games, I'm starting to think we're just kind of getting to that point where I think the franchise is making a massive comeback, you know? The games are getting budgets again. That was the big thing. Like, the games just stopped having a budget. You know, we got dedicated writers now to make a consistent lore and universe. Everything is just coming up great with the series, and I'm so glad I can see it. I mean, it might still be too early to say properly, you know, about this, but that's my prediction. I'm convinced that we're kind of like slipping through a bit of a Sonic renaissance. Ultimately, we'll see how this goes when obviously Sonic Superstars comes out and the next 3D Sonic game. Because if the next 3D Sonic game is a smash hit as well, I think we're golden. And I'm 100% confident in Sonic Superstars. Which a lot of people aren't too confident in because the studio making it is Arzest, which... their history of games isn't the greatest, to be honest. Like, they were responsible for Batman Wonderworld, which... we know how that turned out. But... I don't know, because Oshima is like spearheading the project, and Izuku himself said he outright trusts the team with what they're doing. I have high hopes. I have really high hopes for it. My only real concern is it looks like it's going to be pretty expensive. That's my main concern with Superstars. Like, will it sell if it's expensive? But time will tell. I know it's going to be 12 zones in total, so there's that. Alright, just a few more of these. Lovely. Of course, you know, when Superstars comes out, you can definitely expect a stream of that. My first playthrough won't be a stream, I don't think. I might do my first playthrough on my own. But basically, as soon as I've done my first playthrough, I'm streaming the game. And depending on how things go, I might maybe see if I can work out a plan to maybe play the game with a few friends. Actually, no, I don't think that'll work with streaming because I need to use Parsec, so... well, I can play the game with friends anyway, just so it won't be streamed. So yeah, that'll work. I think I've already said it before, but I've already got like a good chunk of groups of people I'm playing through the game with. I got one group of friends I'm playing it with, I got another group of friends I'm going to play it with. I believe I'm going to be playing it with Callan and Mighty as well. I think I said that Rick were playing it with me, so... yeah, I'm going to be playing a lot of stuff. Hydrate the sheep. Righto, I shall hydrate right now. What do you have for drink? I have a choice between an energy drink, which is almost finished, and a... I don't actually know the name of it. It's like a Fanta... it's like a Fanta. But it's like an off-brand Fanta. It's like a mixture fruit soda. It's nice. Like, you can't even tell the difference. It tastes exactly like Fanta, but it's an off-brand thing. It's really cheap. But yeah. Oh, that's right. I didn't take a drink. Ah, delicious. That'll be my last energy drink for today because I've drank 2 already and I'm trying to keep down my energy drink supply. It's like I'm addicted to the thing, so I have way too many energy drinks that's healthy, and I'm trying to cut myself down to limits, so I have 2 a day and that's it. So I usually have 1 in the mornings and another one about halfway through the day just to keep me going. Usually if I'm streaming I'll have an energy drink because it gives me the little bit of boost of energy, which really helps. So the last thing I want to do is mid-stream go, hello everyone, I'm tired. You know? I mean, granted that can sometimes happen when I'm finishing off a stream, but if I'm already close to the end of when I'm planning on streaming, it's just a case of like, well, alright, I'm calling it here and I'll see you tomorrow, you know? But, last thing I want to be is tired at the start. Where is... I always struggle when it comes to, like, the last couple in this special stage in particular. It's just like, I fucking saw it. It's over there, the bastard. Alright, where is it? Come here. Oh god, it suddenly sped up at the worst possible moment. Where are you? There you are, you little shits. Lovely. That voice? Wait, what did I say? What voice did I do? I wasn't even aware. Oh, right, the yawning voice. Oh. Amy got all Chaos Emeralds. Oh, yes. It's weird. The thing that's saying I can go and I can become Super Amy doesn't show up. I don't know why. Very weird. I know, and weirdly enough, if I get the hyper, you know, the Super Emeralds, then it says I can go Super. But like, I don't know. Maybe they made a mistake. Hey there, nipples. How you doing? I see how it fucking is. No worries, I'll wash him down the pipe soon enough. You know, I don't like this boss, so I'm just gonna do this. There are certain bosses that I just don't care about, and... Oh, this is great. And this is just one of them. I just don't care. I just want to fight to kill him as much as I can. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I legitimately don't like fighting that boss, so I'd rather go to Super and fight him. Lovely jubbly. Time to roll your marbles. It's a cheeky marble garden. Lovely jubbly. So yeah, getting in this was actually a lot less tricky in the original release. Because normally when you spin down the original slope, it would just shoot you in, but with the new physics, it doesn't shoot you straight in anymore, it kind of hits a wall. It's kind of interesting. Again, it doesn't ruin anything by any means, but... Also, a little bit of a little thing that most people probably don't know about Amy. Which is the little spinny, rotatory thingies that you can... Like, you have to spin onto to make things move. Amy can just activate them with her hammer, so you don't actually need a spin dash on them. So that can be really good for speedrunning, I can imagine. Then again, a lot of speedrunners are probably clipping through the geometry, but, you know. I'll try and show it off when I get to... when I get to another one, but... It's great. And away I go! What the fuck?! Was that always there? Huh. Interesting, I don't think I've ever been hit by that one before. In all my life playing this game. Whoosh. Alright. Grab you, thank you. Lovely jubbly. Kind of weird as well, like, a lot of people write off this version of Sonic 3. Oh, I can show it off. There we go. There we go, see? Can't normally do that. But yeah, a lot of people write off this version of Sonic 3, largely because, like, the music changes and, like, Ice Cap, Launch Base, and... no, Casino Night. The fucking... Is it Casino Night? You know, I tell you what, I actually can't remember. The casino level. There we go. Carnival Night, that's the one. But honestly, with the exception of Ice Cap, because I really love the Ice Cap theme, I prefer the new songs. It's kind of weird. It's like, I don't know. I never really was a fan of the original soundtrack for those particular levels that got replaced. I always felt like they just didn't fit. And the new soundtrack does feel like it fits to me, so... I know I'm in the minority with that opinion, but it's just how it is. Alright, come on, Mr. Man. Time to take you down. Downtown. Beautiful. Wow, Amy's hammer really fucking makes, like, the bosses effortless, doesn't it? Like, just mash the A button and boss is done. Easy peasy. In fact, there's something. I'm curious, because I know the ROM hacking community is a bit bonkers, right? I'm actually kind of wondering, has anyone in the... You motherfucker! Fucking spike trap twatting me! I see how it is. I wonder if anyone in the ROM hacking community has actually ported this version of Amy back into the original versions of the games. That would be actually really cool if they did. I want to check that out at some point if they have. There might be some differences, like obviously hammer throwing probably won't be a thing due to how the games have like one button design, but I don't know. Could be neat. You're smashing this. Ah, thank you, thank you. To be honest, when I'm playing these classic Sonic games, a lot of the time I am kind of playing on autopilot. It's not a bad thing, you know. Some people might say that as if it's a bad thing and like, you know, I'm not really thinking, I'm bored. I don't find it boring though, I just find it relaxing. Whoop. I'm still trying to get John, actually, as he goes to play through these more. Because he's tried a bit of Sonic 1 and really struggled with it, but I want him to really get into the games more. And he's slowly playing through them. Like, he recently completed Forces. What else? He also completed Sonic Generations as well. So, I'm slowly converting him to the ways of classic Sonic. Well, overall Sonic, not so much classic Sonic. Although I think he does better with the 3D games than the 2D ones, because the 2D ones are a bit more technical and harder to play, I think. Which is completely understandable, mind you. What now? Beautiful. And yet again. Oh, I was positive it was an enemy there. Normally there is. Huh. Well, what do you know? And onwards we go. Also, one thing as well, I always do this as well on the Mega Drive. On the Mega Drive, there's 3 jump buttons. When I'm doing the spin dash, I kind of like piano my fingers across the controller. You can actually do that in this collection as well, where you just take your fingers, just when you're charging your spin dash, and just piano your fingers across X, A, and B, and you can get so much speed. It's great. Hello, physics? Physics? Hello? Okay. That was a bit peculiar, but no worries. And nope. And again. And one more for good measure. Beautiful. Right, I think we're coming close-ish to the end of the act, right? Oh, no, we got a bit more to go. Yeah, I think the thing about Sonic 3 is that the levels are a lot longer than any of the stages you would find in, like, Sonic 2. You know? It's not necessarily a bad thing, until maybe Centopolis. That stage drags a bit, but... It's kind of a good thing, though, in a way, because it's like, hey, it's more game. And this game is fucking massive compared to the first 2 anyway, so... They really tried to put as much as they could into the little cartridge. Oh my god. Lovely. Oh, Bob. Bloody bastard grass. Ah, Bob! Well, I guess I'm not going super Amy for the boss fight. Not a problem. I don't mind. I wasn't going super in the boss anyway, so... And plus, I can probably get the majority of the bosses hurt. Like, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4... Ah, no! This screen is shaking. Yeah, I think that's pretty normal. I think Eggman, when he drills through the ground, he causes the screen to basically shake in certain areas. Alright, come on, Chief. There we go. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Amy got through. Amy died! Oh my. Beautiful. So yeah, there you go, Carnival Night Zone. So this stage, they changed the soundtrack from like the original release, but I prefer the new music. I think it fits a lot more. I think it's probably because it's more melodic, because the original kind of sounded like chaos to me, honestly. And I like my melodical tunes in Sonic. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. The instrumentation could probably be better, I'm not gonna lie. But, I don't know, I like it. No, Amy! I know, right? Like, she's fucking dead, man. Oh, bloody hell. Freaking bumpers, piss off! Also, this is the stage with the dreaded Barrel of Doom. Which, I kind of like what they kind of did with the Barrel of Doom to make it realize you're actually doing stuff, which is they added new sprites for when you're looking up and down on the barrels. Because originally there was like no indication of how you're meant to kind of go and deal with them outside of just pushing buttons and hoping. Now, you see them physically look up and down, so like, maybe I should continue. Again, you know, there's this... Despite the bad rep this collection sort of has, it's still a bloody good way to play these games. It is my go-to way from now on. I mean, it's kind of hard to recommend at full price, mind you, don't get me wrong. But get it on a sale? More than worth it. And the only reason I kind of say it's hard to justify a full price is just because of how many times these games have been re-released. They're all over the place, you know? Even if this is probably one of the best ways to play. I won't say the best, because a lot of people would argue otherwise. Like, a lot of people would argue, like, Sonic 3 Air, like, the community-built version of Sonic 3 is the best way to play Sonic 3. And I agree in some regards, disagree in others. The main bits I disagree with is because I always, no matter what device I've played that game on, whether it be my PC, a laptop, Steam Deck, not Steam Deck. Actually, yeah, Steam Deck as well. And even, like, my mobile phone. Like, Sonic 3 Air has always got this weird micro stutter that I've always noticed, and it's there on every single device that I've played the game on, so it's always been a problem. Very small thing that most people won't notice, but I'm quite picky when it comes to micro stutters. I'll still happily play it, but it would piss me off. Yeah, I gotta get going, no jams, mate. Great stream as always, and take care. Yeah, no worries at all, that Grant. Thank you for popping by, and I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see yous again. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, sir. While I now continue onwards with the rest of Carnival Night Zone. Wow! Oh, fuck. There we go. Wow! And once again, some more woes going on. Absolutely spectacular. Ba-da-da-da-da. Oh, shit. Okay, well, that did not go to plan. Come on, get up, you're beautiful. There we go. I always find those bouncy things to be a little bit tricky sometimes. I don't know. But again, a lot of this game can be quite tricky if you don't know how you're handling it. Like I said, Sonic, not easy for newcomers. And I think it is largely just because the game uses like a really physics-based like sort of control, so in Mario, for example, there are like physics to his movement, but they're sort of done in a very specific way where it doesn't like the level design doesn't demand the physics to be done specific ways, you know. While these Sonic games, the physics are like you need to learn how they work to actually get through the level design because it's built specifically around them, you know? Which can be quite tricky for people, but not a problem at all. At least I don't think so, anyway. To be honest, one thing I kind of want to try in the future, maybe, because I haven't actually tried this out, but I want to see if the Sonic and Knuckles collection versions of this game work on the Steam Deck. Because like getting that working on like modern Windows is fucking hell and a half. Because, to be blunt, it's that version of the games they tend to have a lot of performance issues. More specifically, because you need to have a processor set at a certain speed for the game to actually run properly. But given that the Steam Deck can have its own like frame rate limiter, I'm wondering if it could work. I guess it all depends though, because like I play Minecraft and the frame rate limiter does not work on Minecraft for some reason on the Steam Deck. Because I was playing it earlier on just as like a little fuckabout and it just did not work. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. That presents a problem. Ah, wells. No matter, indeed. Ah, but. Whoa. But yeah, I am definitely grabbing Ratchet and Clank on my Steam Deck after the stream. Like, I really want to do a playthrough of that again. May not do it right away though, because I got other games I want to play. Like, I want to play through Enslaved Odyssey to the West, because that was a game many moons ago I remember really, really, really loving. And I don't know, it's just one of those games that I never finished despite liking it. So I think it's a good time for me to play it. Because Dragon's Dogma was a wash, as I said earlier on. I just couldn't gel with it, so may as well replace it with something I know I'll like. Whoop! And a beautiful one. But then again, I'm also kind of wondering, like, will the new Mario games coming out on Switch actually work on the Steam Deck day one? I'm kind of hoping they will. I'm not gonna pirate them, you know. I don't, like, not for piracy reasons. I will buy the games, but it's just a case of it would be more convenient for me to be able to play them on the deck. Which is probably something I'm going to look at with like the Mario Rabbids games, because I own the Mario Rabbids games. But I've not really played through them, and I don't really much fancy having to carry both my Steam Deck places as well as a Nintendo Switch, you know, when I'm going to different houses and stuff, so... yeah, I think that'll be a good idea. Amy, do you want to... there you go. I was wondering what she was up to there. It's like, do you want to actually go the right way, Amy? Okay, listen here, Rosie, you rascal. There we go, beautiful. Ooh, so close again, yet another coin. Not that I need the coins. I don't even know why I go for the rings to get, like, the extra lives and stuff like I normally do on playthroughs, because, like, again, lives are infinite in Origins. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I love the lives are infinite in Origins. It's convenient and handy. And honestly, it doesn't make a difference to me. Like, I've seen some Sonic fans really complaining about it because it makes the game, quote-unquote, too easy. But the same people complaining about that are the people that's mastered these games over and over and over again and can beat them no problem with little efforts. I'm just like, what are you complaining for? It's not going to affect you. Literally, you've played these games so much. You guys, game hoppers aren't a risk to you. But, I don't know. Oh, looks like I can't really cheese this with Amy. I'm going to have to beat this guy legitimately. I mean, it's not a problem, it's just mixed change, to be honest. I'm kind of used to... Ah, for fuck's sake. I'm kind of used to not beating this legitimately. Because the amount of times I play this game and I go super, it's most of the time. Oh well. That's another capsule, done and dusted. Hoo-yah! Well, without any further ado, we progress on to Ice Cap. And I know what I said earlier on about Ice Cap Zone, where, you know, out of all the new soundtracks, I prefer the original Ice Cap to this one. But I actually really do like this Ice Cap Zone track as well. You know, I'm really not that picky with the soundtracks as a lot of people are, because I like the replacement tracks. And I'm also a person that understands wholeheartedly why the soundtracks are replaced, because this game would never have come out, you know, if the soundtracks didn't get replaced. And for people who, you know, don't like the new soundtracks, it's not a problem, really, in a way, if you have it on PC. Because the PC version, just mod the soundtrack back in. Like, it's literally drag and drop a few files. It's, you know, easy peasy. Just go to Game Banana or something, grab the mod, done. But I digress. And plus, I appreciate the effort that, like, Jun Senoue went to actually... Oh, fucking hell, I'm messing up horribly here. I like the effort Jun Senoue went to make these soundtracks authentic. Because, like, he went back, took the original demos, you know, then actually re-synthesized them on the original, you know, on the actual Mega Drive hardware. And it sounds great. Like, this sounds like a late Mega Drive game, you know? It sounds like something you'd hear in, like, maybe Rice Star. And it's probably the most authentic sounding Mega Drive thing you'd probably get, like, by quite literally just building the music on the Mega Drive. But I don't know. I digress. Ah, bum. I always mess up with one of these spikes. One of them always gets me. And down we go. And a splendid. That's the way I like to play. Hoorah! Beautiful. Also, I kind of like Amy's idle animation. It's really cute. I don't know. Again, like, I just love her. I love how they integrated her into these games. She just fits really naturally. Okay, this jump is always a pain in the ass. I hate that jump. Always have. It's just one of those really awkward pixel-perfect jumps where if you mistime something, boom, it's not working. And going fuck knows where. And a wee! Alright, time for the next boss battle. Oh, I always love that little transition to like the snowscape background. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, come on, Mr. Man. I should have gotten hit there. I'm actually shocked I didn't. Oh well. Problem solved. Alright, give me a few seconds. I'm gonna close my curtains because my eyes are blinded. There we go. Wait, is it? There we go. And I am back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I was a little confused because I usually pause my recording when I'm streaming when I have to go AFK for something, but I was a little confused if it actually calls properly or not. I'm gonna double check the footage once I finish the stream anyway, just to make sure it's all there, but... Oi. But yeah, I had to go and close the cheeky window, because Jesus Christ, the sun is coming in bright, and it's... Well, needless to say, it's, blinding. To be quite blunt. Alright, so I keep thinking there's a ring for that, but I guess not. Ah, well. Honestly, though, this is one of my favorite stages in the game, and I will say, like, despite the physics improvements, well, not improvements, despite the physics quirks of this remake, there's one thing I noticed about Sonic 3 that is actually better than the original game, which a lot of people would probably shout at me for even bringing up, to be honest. I find sometimes certain slopes in the original Sonic 3, right, would just not work. Sonic would just, or whoever's spinning, would just stop spinning in place, and it's annoying whenever it happens. Not once has that happened to me in Origins, which is really shocking. It might come across like I'm really trying hard to defend Origins, and to be honest, I kind of am. And don't get me wrong, it's not a perfect version of these games by any stretch, but the thing is, a lot of people online do sort of... The way they talk about Origins, they make you think it's like a complete travesty about a game. But really, it's not, you know, it's a fine collection. It does some mistakes here and there, but ultimately, it has benefits that are just, you know, are never really brought up in arguments. Half the time people complain because it's not exactly the same. It's like there's some improvements here and there's some negatives here. So that's kind of why I'm kind of going really defensive of the game to, you know, tell people this is a good way to play, because even on Steam right now, I think the reviews on Steam are mixed, and it's purely because of the changes made to the games, which are very minor, to be honest, you know? Like, if you want an easy, accessible version of Sonic 1, 2, and 3 and CD, here you go, you got an easily accessible version of Sonic 1, 2, 3, and CD. Right here. Don't get me wrong, there's one thing that really pisses me off, though, about this collection, and it's one of the biggest problems I have. Which is, Sega, the arseholes that they are, delisted the original Mega Drive versions of these games. And that just fucking pisses me off, because it means people who want to enjoy the original experience, they just can't. And it's such a shame, you know? I mean, they can anyway, because, like, Mega Drive games are so easy to get, and there's, like, a million collections, but still, you know, it's a dick move, basically. And you could say, like, there is a classic move, in quotations, in this collection, you know, that's meant to mimic the original games, but it's not. It's the remade versions of the games in 4:3 instead of widescreen, and that's it. Which is really stupid. I don't know why they even bothered. Like, personally, I would have just chucked a Mega Drive emulator in here, and there you go, there's your classic mode. It works perfectly, you know? Not sure why they did that. I'm sure there was a reason. They probably thought of it. But alas, it's one of those things. You never really know what goes on in game development. Like, even seemingly simple projects like this compilation games aren't so simple when you get to the nitty-gritty of it, you know? Like, games are fucking hard to make. Like, if one bug gets fixed, it might actually break, like, 50 other bugs. So, you know, it's one of those weird things. But alas. I digress. Not that that really excuses certain things, like when games come out literally unfinished, like Sonic 06 for example, or the myriad of games that I would argue are actually in worse situations than Sonic 06 these days. Which, honestly, that's something I kind of want to talk about, right? So Sonic 06 was the laughingstock of the entire games industry for such a long time because it was an unfinished, buggy mess of a game, right? But here's the thing. Now that kind of level of quality happens way more often than it used to. And it's so strange, like, Sonic 06 still gets kicked through the mud and is the beaten horse of games when, like, so many more games released nowadays in worse states, you know? Like Cyberpunk 2077, right? I love that game through and through, and even day one on PC, I loved the game. Can't say the same for its original console release, which was fucking unplayable. Well, it was technically playable, but in terms of, like, bugs and glitches and how the game worked, no, that was unacceptable, you know? And, like, I'd argue it's, from what everything I've seen of it, it's on par with Sonic 06, that was, and maybe even worse. No one brings it up anymore, though, because, well, obviously the game's fixed, the game's actually in a good spot, but it's just one of those things I've been noticing more and more. Like, games are getting released in worse and worse states more often than they used to be, and I just don't understand why. Hell, even in the case of the PC ports, because we've been seeing a lot of shit PC ports lately, like The Last of Us coming out, and it's like, what's going on? Granted, I hear The Last of Us has been improved lately, but... And I'm positive that's the case, because it's been Steam Deck verified, where before it won in a chance of hell being Steam Deck verified, so... I don't know. I will pick that up on PC on a sale. Not buying it right now, it's 50 bloody quid, it doesn't matter if you can buy that right now. But I digress. It's time to continue on, blast the cheeky death egg, and end off the stream, because, we're coming up, yeah, we're past the 2-hour mark of streaming now, so I want to finish this up, and I will finish off Sonic 3, the second half of the game, in the next stream, which I'm hoping is on Friday. I'll post it on Discord when I've kind of planned it out in advance. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be great. But, I digress. What can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? What can I tell you? Indeed! Yes. I gotta say that I still want to do a couple of tests anyway as well before ending off stream, because I do want to show off Blue Spheres. Including the new Blue Spheres mod. Actually, tell you what, I'll do the new Blue Spheres mod that's been added in this collection in the final stream. But I do want to show off classic Blue Spheres so people can get an idea what that's about. And I think I'll show off Sonic 1 with Tails. See, just because I want to see if it does indeed break from the cheat code. We shall see. We shall see indeed. Oh, yes. Oh, splendid, darling. Oh, very nice. Lovely jubbly. Oh, well, we're pretty much almost done anyway. This stage is actually to bring it back to the game for a minute. This stage is actually one of my favorites in the game. I love Launch Base. I never liked, and this is going to be blasphemy to some people, but I never liked the original soundtrack. Because it was just the word go over and over again. I found it boring. I actually like the new theme song that's used because, like, Act 1's very military and commanding, and Act 2 sounds quite triumphant, you know? I don't know, I prefer the new soundtrack for this, so what can I say? Maybe I'm crazy? I most definitely am crazy, but I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, get out of the way, nipples. I got a job to do. You punched my battleship, you slag. You know, if you think about it, this kind of doesn't make sense. Like, we could have gone around Knuckles. Like, he was just standing on a single pylon. We could have just easily flown around him. I guess maybe Amy doesn't know how to fly the Eggmobile. It's like, I found the forward button! But she doesn't know how to move up, down, left, and right. I'm gonna go with that. That's my new headcanon. They just don't know how to move this thing. They don't know how to control it. Alright, time for this boss fight. This boss always gives me shit, so it's gonna be tricky. I mean, I say it gives me shit. It's not a hard boss fight at all. I just mean in terms of I always get clipped by the spike ball of doom. As I have just rightfully demonstrated there. Oh well. Take that, Mr. Eggman Soy. Soya? And now, time for Big Arm. I tell you what, I'm so glad they actually added Big Arm back in, because, like, I remember when this collection was first coming out, I was actually concerned that they wouldn't have Big Arm as a boss. Because this boss fight, when you originally attached Sonic 3 and Knuckles on the original cartridges back in the day, this boss was vanished from the game. It just got removed. So I'm glad they outright just made sure that you do fight it. Because it's a banger of a boss. It's one of my favorites. And the music, oh, I love this song so much. It's one of my favorite tracks in the whole series. It's like, oh, gets the blood pumping, yo. Whoop. I forgot how many hits this guy takes. He does take more than the average boss, I think, but shouldn't take that much more. Come on, almost donesies. Almost donesies. Ah, damn, I was gonna see if I can get a sneak hit it. What the fuck? I can hit him with a hammer through the ground? Hello? Well, that's kind of cool. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have done it! Half of Sonic 3 and Knuckles is now complete. I love that they added like a little extra animation here as well. It's something I was glad they added. That's like a victory jingle, kind of like you've completed the game as well. And then suddenly, oh no! Eggman's off to no good yet again! Ah, well. Like, look at that, I love that. Why is the music still playing? I should have turned off your... Okay, whatever. But alas, that's where I'm going to leave Sonic 3 for the time being. But before I do end up the stream, like I said, do want to try out a couple of things. So I do want to try out Classic Mode here. So if I just go into Classic Mode, just to show it off. Like I said, it's just the original game. It's just the same remade game with the widescreen. I actually don't know why I loaded this up, because this wasn't what I was actually trying to load up. I was a bit silly-billy. Can I go back to the... Oh, there we go. What I meant to go on was Blue Sphere. I don't know why I clicked Classic Mode. So yeah, Blue Spheres, and you got the original one and the new mode. So the new mode adds basically unique stages that have new mechanics, shall we say. The original, however, is quite literally the original Blue Spheres, and there is literally a ridiculous amount. I said that's a Sonic's birthday there, so 1991. So yeah, there's a ridiculous amount of ways you can play this. Also, how do you... Oh, that doesn't actually do anything? Okay. Oh, there we go. A button changes the characters. Alright. So Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. Let's just go Sonic. And there you go. There's millions of these. If you love this minigame, you have a fuck ton to run through. So, yeah, if you like it, have at it. But go straight on back to Sonic 1. Where are ya? And this will be the last thing I'm going to try, so... Sega! Beautiful. Alright. So, I want this set to Sonic and Tails for 0, spin dash on, doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter if I have the max emeralds or not. So let's do the let's do the 7 Chaos Emeralds she sold. 4, 1, 2, 6. Okay, so it does let you continue playing if you use the level select cheat. So I guess if anyone tries to play this with Sonic and Tails and that game crashes because they get all 6 emeralds in the playthrough, you can use level select to get exactly back where you were. So I guess that's a positive. It's annoying as to rely on that, but, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. But with that, I'm gonna call it a cheeky live stream here, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people. And I shall catch you all next time when we continue the second half of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and probably show off the new Blue Spheres mode, and then get back to Yoshi's Island as well. So for now, thanks for watching, and I shall see you after. Bye!